Good morning class. So today we will be discussing about the vegetative propagation. So now what is vegetative propagation? So vegetative propagation is the method of asexual reproduction occurring in all vascular plants. Okay? And it can occur by natural methods as well as by artificial method. A natural method includes by stem, roots and leaves. An artificial method includes by cutting, layering, grafting and tissue culture. Now first I will tell you about the natural vegetative propagation. So in a vegetative propagation, plants reproduce from the vegetative parts such as roots, stems and leaves. So let's understand these methods one by one. So first I am telling you about the reproduction by stems, by aerial stems. So stems provide support to the plant and the stem carries water and nutrients from the root to the leaves, and it carries food prepared by the leaves to the different part of the plants. Okay? And in some plants, stem of plants get modified to do some other work for the plant. So by aerial stem, the stem of plants bear buds in the axils which can be used in vegetative propagation to produce new plants, and new plants can be obtained from the stem of an existing plants by the method of cutting. And a small part of a stem of a plant which is removed by making a cut, and the lower end of the stem cutting is buried in the moist soil, and the upper part of cutting having bud on it, and it kept above the ground, and the cutting planted in the soil is watered every day. Now the next one is by subaerial stem. So in some plants, a slender branch coming out from the base of the stem which grows and bends to the touch the soil, and it develops roots and buds at the point on contact with the soil. Now the next one is by underground stems. So underground stems are modified plant that derives from stem tissues but exist under the soil surface, and they function as storage tissue for food and nutrients. And this occur through rhizomes, bulbs, corms and tubers. And the stem present completely inside the soils are called underground stems. Characters of some underground stems. So these stems contains nodes, internodes, scale leaves, axillary and terminal buds. Okay? So they store food material and become fleshy and bulky. And they show parenation. They act as organs of vegetative propagation, and they are protected from the herbivorous by present in the soil. By the above function, the underground stem modification are also called multi-purpose stem modification. So based on the growth pattern and the parts which store food material, underground stem modification are of 4 types: rhizome, corm, bulb and tuber. Now one by one I am telling you about these modification. So rhizome, this is the rhizome, and it grows horizontally below the soil, and it contains nodes and internodes. And at the nodes, scale leaves are present. It produces adventitious roots from the ventral side, and it produces aerial branches as well as reproductive organ from the dorsal side. And axillary buds develop into branches, and these branches store food material as well as maintain horizontal growth of the rhizome. Then terminal bud develop and produce aerial branches, and it remain alive even in drought condition. So the ginger and turmeric these are the example of rhizome. Now the next one is corm. So corm is an underwater stem that grow in clusters and it is usually round in shape. So it grows vertically in the soil and it is more or less cylindrical in appearance. And it bears nodes and internodes at the nodes scale leaves are present. And the auxiliary buds produce daughter corm. And the apical bud is big and produce aerial shoots. And the aerial shoots synthesize food which is stored in corm. Okay? So corm become tuberous. And adventitious roots normally develop from the base but sometimes also from the sides of some special adventitious roots kept the corm at a particular depth in the soil. And these roots are called contractile roots or pull roots. So gladiolus is an example of corm. Now the next one is bulb. So bulb is an underground stem having a bud and membranous leaves. So this bulb has two types of leaves. One is scaly leaves and another one is fleshy leaves. And the upper part of the stems have terminal buds. And it is covered by many fleshy scales leaves. And these inner fleshy leaves store food. And the buds can grow into a new plants. So garlic and onions are the example of the bulb. Now the next one is tuber. This is the tuberous stem. And the underground stem produce from the underground branches of the plant body are called stem tuber. And these are swollen and fleshy. And the tips of the underground branches store food and become tuberous like this. Here you can see in this picture. And these swollen tips of the underground branches are called stem tuber. And they are stored, starch is stored in this stem tuber. So the stem tuber is more or less cylindrical in shape and it is covered by brown color layer. And it bears many eyes-like structure and each eye represent the nodes. These eye-like eye structure, these eyes are representing the nodes and each eye possesses a semilunar leaf scar. Here you can see these are the scar-like marks and auxiliary bud in its axil. The scars represent the position of the scale leaves and the eye help in the vegetative propagation and new plants growing from these eyes. So potato is an example of the tuber. Now the next one is reproduction by roots. So you know that the roots of plants normally do not bear buds, but some plants which have modified thickened root which bear buds. Sweet potato, this is the sweet potato and it has modified root which stored food and which are called root tubers. Here you can see, and the root tubers of sweet potato have buds on them which can grow to produce new sweet potato plants. And these sweet potato plants are reproduced by the method of vegetative propagation through their root tubers and produce new plants. Now the next one is reproduction by leaves. So some plants reproduce themselves from leaves and the leaves of some plants develops buds on them, and such leaves having buds can be used as structure of vegetative reproduction in plants. So bryophyllum is one of the example of this reproduction by leaves. Here you can see this is the leaf of that bryophyllum plants, and the leaves of bryophyllum plants develop some buds in its margin. These are the small buds which develop in its margin, and when a mature leaf of bryophyllum plants fall on the ground, then each bud can grow into a new plant. And sometimes even before a leaf drop off from a bryophyllum plants, so we can see new plantlets already growing on it. So these here you can see these are the small plantlet are growing on the margin of its sides. And you know that one more plant is there, begonia, that is also reproduced by vegetative propagation through its leaves, and it also having the buds on its margin, and which grow new plants when the leaves fall on the grounds. So these all are the different method of reproduction in plants, and these are the parts of a vegetative propagation in plants.